Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Francine, and this is my channel, The Hermetic Herald, here for another channeled message / tarot reading for another celebrity here. I have a couple in mind. I'm going to be focusing on Gigi Hadid and Cole. I believe his name's Cole Bennett. So please correct me if I'm wrong. If I will, I'll correct myself. I was going to say my damn self. So I will definitely do whatever I need to if that is incorrect. But yeah, energies are going to be interesting. So I'm already feeling that strongly. I feel like it's a continuation from the last reading I did for the Hadid family. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, there is a lot to say there. I have a 3-parter, so it's going to be 3 parts about the family dynamic first and foremost, their current situation, and also their relationship and feelings towards Zayn Malik. So it's very interesting. I think it would be really helpful to see that as well. It's not needed necessarily, but the ending towards, where we focus on in each part Gigi's side, I feel like you'll get a lot out of that. So check it out if you can. But I want to continue that, and I want to go into the relationship at hand. So I want to see, what are the wants between the two of them? What is Gigi? What are her wants in a relationship? What is Cole's wants in the relationship, or any relationship? I want to get a base understanding of what they're looking for, and then look at the dynamic between them, their past experience in love, how it was separately for them, their current experience in love, and then also their future experience, as well as actually the first step in improving the experience at the end. So we're going to look at all of that, and we're going to see how it's going so far. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I feel like this is already Gigi's energy for her wants, and it's going to be in the shape of a heart. So let's start that. And then we're just going to keep going. It looks like it's already ready. Yeah, so we're just going to do number 2, number 3 here, number 4. Yeah, number 5, number 6, and number 7. What's interesting is it's 3 cards. Okay. All right, we're good. So at the bottom of the deck, what's interesting, right, is that we have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups came through for the reading prior with regards to Gigi's feelings towards Zayn. Okay, but we're going to try to take him out of the equation. I'm just going to mention that one tidbit of information. She comes from a place of generosity here, a place of also being independent, of also focusing on her family, and also ruling. I'm hearing ruling the family, but not in a very dictator type energy, but more of like trying to put herself or focus on being in the position of authority that she's meant to be as a mother. So let's look at what is Gigi's wants in the relationship here. And let me just kind of see if I can back it up a little bit. I don't know if I can. Let's see here. I'm just going to leave it like that and show you guys later. Okay. Interesting. All right, number 1, what are Gigi's wants in the relationship? We have the Queen of Swords. She wants to remain very clear, very concise, be very communicative. She's all about focusing on her mind and her mental space, of being very clear on boundaries, clear on what she wants and what she wants in a partner. She's all about, more so, not as much about the love, because that seems to be something she cares about, but more so the mind. How does she feel mentally when she's in a relationship with someone? How does she feel about herself and about the dynamic between them? She wants to be very clear with this, whoever the person is that she is in a relationship with. She also wants to be on top of her organization. She wants to be on top of her scheduling. She wants to be on top of everything that you can think of with your mental space. So that is what we have for her so far at the bottom and base of this reading. Number 2 is, what is Cole's wants primarily? We have a Star. He wants something that's very I'm hearing unrequited, so I don't know if he's had unrequited love in the past, but I'm also getting a star-crossed lover vibe, something that's transformative. He wants a relationship that's going to transform his understanding of dynamic between partners. He wants to have something that's very fated. He's he's really into fate. The importance of the magic in a relationship. I'm seeing that really strongly. He also may just want also healing to be at the forefront, this being a relationship that's fulfilling, right? He doesn't want a relationship that's just kind of surface level and superficial. He wants something deep. Interesting. Cool. What is the dynamic between them though? We have the Three of Cups. Wow, it's a very jovial energy, a very fun energy between these two. It's about having a lot of fun, having also an excitement about life. Now, I'm not getting the third party vibe that you could get from a reading with the Three of Cups. I'm feeling more of like just having fun and of enjoying the moment. It feels like a very celebratory energy between these two people. Cool. Let's look into their past experiences in love though. Between the two of them, we want to look at what their past experience in love was. Page of Swords, very immature. They felt like everything up until this point was immature. It was not at the place where it could last, even because the Page of Swords is about like quick communication, the start of a contract, the start of an action. It's all about also the mental space because it's a Swords card. So this Court card is telling me that they had a lot previous to this relationship, a lot of more immature relationships, of not really deepening in their communication with that person, of not really deepening as much as they can. Their potential in relationships is to be a lot more mature. So that's what they're coming from with the past. Now, let's look at what their current experience is in this relationship. Wow, guys. The Ten of Cups, this is about fulfillment. This is also about, I'm going to say this, more so about like harmonious relationships. So they feel harmonious with each other. They feel really happy. This is also the Family card. This is also feeling like they can be comfortable and almost settle into the roles of mother, father, child. Interesting dynamic, right? So I wonder how Cole feels about being in Gigi's life and how his experience has been with Kai, because I feel like with Kai and also Zayn being a father to Kai, I wonder how that dynamic works, but it seems harmonious to me. He seems to be in a more mature mental state to where he's not affected by this or offended by this at all. Interesting. Let's go into this more in depth later, but let's go through the future experience. What is the future experience between these two? Wow, the Knight of Cups offering up love. Knight of Cups is a very also flirtatious energy. It's also like keeping love in the picture, keeping like a lightness and a flirtatiousness about their energy together, of always showing each other love. I'm seeing him giving gifts to her, or of giving her something to show his love in some way. I'm not sure if that's his love language. If you guys know that, please let me know. But yeah, future experience is the Knight of Cups. What's interesting though is that their current experience, right, is the Ten of Cups, but then it goes to the Knight. So it's like a way of showing a token of your love. So it could either go into something more eventful, like more I should say more so committed in the future, or it can just mean that it's gonna go down, because the Ten of Cups is usually the end of the numbers, right? But this is a Court card. So we have to see how this is going to end. Is it going to go like for them just being flirtatious at the end of the day and then maybe tapering off into nothing where they're not in a relationship? Or is it going to be more like a marriage or something long term? That's what we're going to find out later and see if we can see their current trajectory. I want to make sure I do have a disclaimer in here about current trajectories and not saying that it's going to be X, Y, or Z, because free will affect the result. I will only check on their current trajectory here, okay? So the next one is, what is the first step to improving their experience here? We have first the Eight of Swords, getting out of their heads. Anytime there's fear or doubt or anything, I think Gigi always has to remain in her Queen of Swords energy, as well as him. But I feel like she's helpful in getting them out of their heads, of getting them out of instability with their mental state, of fearing something, of fearing that they're stuck in some way. They also need to focus on, any disillusions is what I'm hearing. Any illusions that might come up. It's a sense of indecisiveness as well with regards to love, like feeling like, hey, if there's ever anyone else that they're interested in, being able to communicate this. There can't be any miscommunication, there can't be any miscommunication, there can't be any fears that they're not talking about, there can't be any illusions that they're not addressing. That will be important for their experience together. They also need to remain in love or focus on emotional stability, being mature with each other. So they're very mature energies I'm getting already, more mature than they were in the past for sure, and more mature in other relationships that they've had in the past as well. So they're taking this approach of the importance of not getting their heads, not being swayed by other people, like kind of letting anyone get into the mix, or getting doubtful about the relationship they have, and of maintaining emotional stability and being kind, like not being immature and trying to get each other jealous or something like that is coming through here. Wow. Okay. So let's get into this a little bit more. Let's see here what's going on. So how does Gigi feel externally towards Cole? How does she feel towards Mr. Bennett? How does Gigi feel, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, towards Cole Bennett? Externally, how does she feel about him? We have that. How does she feel internally? Okay. How does Cole feel about her externally? Whoa, okay. Got that already. And how does oh wow, he has so many feelings internally. Okay, so let's get into it. Two at the bottom of the deck is the intuitive card, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So they're very action oriented. They've already followed their heart in regards to this relationship. It feels like it was something that they just had to do. So I don't know if this was something in secret, but yeah, they were not okay. So at first they were kind of secretly seeing each other, or they were interested in each other, and they said, you know what, we have to break out of this anxiety and fear and worry and just communicate and allow ourselves to move into this relationship dynamic here. And it's like they're trusting their intuition and acting on what they feel. How does Cole feel? Let's do his first, okay? How does Cole feel? Three of Pentacles externally. He feels like she is a companion to him. He feels like he's collaborative with her. He can work with her very well. I feel as though they almost have like a friendship, a foundation based on friendship, on companionship, on feeling like they can be friends with each other, and that they have a good solid foundation in getting to know each other before anything physical or anything romantic came into the picture. All right, and his internal vibe we have here is the Temperance card, the Seven of Pentacles, and we have Justice card. Wow. So he feels internally towards her that she helps him balance. She helps him in seeing a picture that is more just, more balanced and fair. So he feels with two cards representing balance, okay? This also feels like he's her karmic justice, or he feels like she's his karmic justice as well. It's a very, very dualistic energy. Both of them feel very similar. He feels like she's balancing him out and that he balances her out. He feels like she is also someone he would see or look at being with long term, because the Seven of Pentacles also denotes someone who has done a number of things, working on something physically, on maintaining some kind of physical wealth or manifestation, and they're looking at it. They can either be looking at it dotingly, but it feels dotingly more than tired, and they're looking at what they can do long term with this. He's looking at the future with her. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can remember which was which here. So how does Gigi feel externally? We have the Two of Swords. She feels externally towards him like she's still making a decision. She's not quite sure. What's interesting is that in her energy, she wants to be sure. She wants to be able to know what she's going into and what she's getting into. And I feel like she's still like split between two people, or she's still split between another person. She's not sure. That is what she wants people to see. She doesn't want it to be solidified physically in the physical world yet in front of other people. How does she feel internally though? We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. That tells me that she is, when the Four of Pentacles is upright, that's holding on to resources, wealth, hoarding even. More of the shadow attribute is hoarding wealth. When it comes in reverse, that means that she's opening up to him. She's opening up and letting things go. She's kind of trying to flow through this with him in this series, or I'm hearing series or cycle in her life. So she's feeling like she can open up to him. She feels like he is someone that she's willing to let go of her like possessiveness with. She almost also feels like she's not possessive of him, which tells me that she's probably not too intimately tied emotionally to him yet, to where she's willing to let go and just be with him. So that's interesting. With him, we have more of a friend vibe on the outside. He wants people to see them as friends, and more so inside, he sees her as someone that he would want to be with long term. She, on the other hand, is just letting herself let go. So it's not even on both sides, but you never know, right? What can happen. So we're going to go into their attributes. Let's go into one attribute. What's the biggest light attribute for Gigi? What is the biggest light attribute for Cole in this relationship? And then also what their karmic attributes are. Let's start off with Cole here. What is Cole's light attribute? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Okay. What is Cole's karmic attribute or archetype? I feel this one. What is Gigi Hadid's light attribute? Okay. What is Gigi Hadid's karmic attribute in this relationship and dynamic here? All right. So first thing we have is gambler. They took a gamble with this relationship, guys. Willingness to follow intuition even if others doubt you. And I'm seeing 2:22 on the clock, which tells me that they followed their intuition about each other. They just kind of went with the flow here. I'm going to clean this up a bit so that we can look at this later. Okay. All right, so let's start off with Cole. Cole's energy and light attribute is the poet. That is expressing soul insights with symbolic language. Boy, is he smooth with words, is what I'm getting. I heard that really clear. I don't know if one of their ancestors or one of their guides is like, boy, is this guy smooth. He's really good with words, guys. So I feel like he's a lyrical person. I don't know what he does for a living, but he's very lyrical. He's a poet with his words, and he really got Gigi into him because of his words. That is what he, what turned her on, is what I'm hearing. I don't know why I get this information and then I just get really tame information. It's like 0 to 100. I get like a lot of like, I'm hearing NSFW stuff, but I don't even know what that even means. I just heard it. So yeah, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. And I probably heard this term, but I just don't remember what it means. So what is his karmic attribute though? Father is in the shadow attribute, guys. That is dictatorial control and abuse of authority. Okay. So he tries to control a situation a bit too much, and I think that's why she's more so in her head about it and doubtful and not sure with the Two of Swords that we saw earlier here. She's letting go, though, because I think this is an aspect of his experience, but he's really smooth. Spirit wants me to look at the book for Poet to help you guys get a bigger picture of this. So combines lyricism with sharp insight, finding beauty not only in the epic affairs of humanity, but also in everyday acts and objects. I feel like Gigi is his muse, guys. I feel like she's giving him like some insights into life, and it's helping him with his lyricism. I don't know what he does, so please let me know in the comments below. And we also have expresses wonder at the hidden joys and sorrows that we might otherwise overlook. So he has a way with words and helping her through things. I feel like he's a comforting energy to talk to. I feel like he knows how to say things and he knows just what to say. All right, we also have shadow, so that's the shadow attribute. So that's what we have for the light attribute. And father is the next one here. We have shadow. Father emerges when guidance and protection turn into dictatorial control or abuse of authority. Ask if you have a lifelong attachment to the role of family patriarch, however you conceive of that family. So he might have a really strong karmic energy with regards to his father figure in his life, and he has a perception of what being a man or being a father is, and it is not balanced. Okay, so I'm hoping he's not like trying to help out with taking care of Kai, because I don't feel like he's in that space to do that. With the monk nun, I have selfless devotion for Gigi and single-minded dedication to spirit. There's something also about Gigi being really particular as well sexually. I'm feeling really focused. I feel like ever since she had her child, she's been focused on herself and her self-development, her spirituality. I feel like has been something she's been focusing on. I'm hearing meditation. She's focusing on having a healthy partner, healthy sex life, relationship with her body. And I feel like she doesn't just let anyone have her or like be in a relationship with her physically until she knows for sure that she trusts them. And I feel like she also might be celibate is what I'm getting really strongly. Like she focuses on that, and she may not be now, but that's something that she tends to do, is like have this period of time where she doesn't devote herself to like physical things, gratification from a partner, but more so like her own gratification, her own devotion to herself and her spirituality here. With regards to her karmic archetypes though, we have using power for self-aggrandizement. So that's the energy of someone who can be flirty, but can also be controlling and utilize their control and utilize their prowess, okay? I feel like that card is also something that I can bring the book for here. We have Monk Nun here. All right, it's gonna be possesses, oh my gosh, celibate, you see that? I forgot that that was even on the card here. It says, or in the book, possesses spiritual intensity, devotion, dedication, persistence, perhaps wisdom, and able to be single-minded, assiduous, devoted to a spiritual path or to any work that requires intense focus, including art and business. Celibate conserves vital energy for work and or spiritual practice, and that is what she's doing. She's focusing on her inner world and on her spirituality. Okay, and I think maybe he's interested in her and really is curious about her and might be taking it slow with her right now. So it seems as though they're harmonious where they're at currently, but they're taking it slow. With the Prince archetype here, let's see here. Prince, it's going to be Shadow Prince, can manifest as a young man with great feelings of entitlement who uses his position and power purely to advance his own interests without regards for the needs of others. So in this relationship dynamic, she's being entitled, acting entitled, using her position and power to advance her own interests without regards for the needs of others. So it says, look for a history of preparing for leadership in one particular realm. So she wants to lead this relationship in this dynamic. She's letting her spirituality kind of dictate this relationship here. And it's interesting because I feel like she's calling the shots primarily, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's just interesting to see, and I feel like the book that I just had said something really interesting that I feel like is important to this reading. Using your interests to advance, using your power and position to advance your own interests without regards for the needs of others. What are her interests in this relationship, Spirit? What is she in this relationship for? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Whoa, look at all these wands. All right, I'm hearing not speaking. Okay, and we have the Knight of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck here, the Ace of Cups. She's not saying something about how she feels. I think she's holding on to some fear about communicating her true feelings. But what is she using this for? It seems like with the Nine of Wands in reverse, that's usually about being consistently like working so hard for something. Wow. Okay. Can you please clarify the Nine of Wands? She's working a little too hard, and she's projecting that this is becoming a burden on her. It's being too much of a burden. What's being a burden? Why is she feeling this energy here with the Nine of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Wands? Yeah, she's sad. She's feeling a loss, guys. There's some loss in regards to this relationship outside of him. Yeah. Is this relating at all to Zane? Two of Pentacles. Is this relating all to Zane in some way, shape, or form in regards to why there's this sadness? Oh, wow. The Hermit and the Two of Pentacles. She sees him as a page, and I think she's really intuitive here. She's being really intuitive, guys, and she's seeing that this is probably not going to last. It was an opportunity for her in some way, shape, or form. What opportunity? Wow. Okay, so there's something about money here, guys. Despite them being harmonious, I feel as though there's something that she's not telling him or not saying. She's a very independent energy. I don't think that she's willing to Yeah, she's a mom first and foremost, guys. She wants us to know that she's a mom and that she is feeling a bit off. She feels a bit like she's keeping herself up at night or worrying about the situation. And she's manifesting something new, and I think she's manifesting an ending to this. So this may not be long term. This may be something that is for control or power in some dynamic. It feels like it's for something regarding money, resources. I'm gonna get a deeper look into this. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, can you please give us an understanding of what is Gigi hoping to get out of this relationship? I'm hearing companionship, but what is she hoping to get out of this relationship apart from companionship here? What is she hoping to get out of this relationship? Wow. We have the Lovers. Yeah, she's just trying to... interesting. I'm hearing she's trying to get right with her partner, or getting right. This is also about like just romantic relationships. I'm hearing romantic delusions. Why is she getting into this relationship? Interesting. We have the Six of Wands, success. And we also have the Judgment. She wants to move on. I feel really strongly that she's trying to move on into a new start. Yeah. And she's just having fun. But it's taking its toll. I feel like her mental state is taking its toll. It's like her intuition is telling her. And we're going to see what the end result is going to be. But yeah, we have 6, 6, and 20. So I feel like she's recognizing the karma associated with this relationship, that it's meant to help her through a difficult time. With the 3 of Cups, the energy of like celebration. They're celebrating and enjoying their time right now. But there's a judgment call that's coming. Yeah, look at that. 4 of Swords, moving on and breaking away from the situation. What is the end result of this relationship, Spirit? What is the end result projected to be? What is the end of this relationship going to be? The 6 of Wands. What is the end of this? So it looks like it's going to be something that works for both of them. Interesting. Because we were getting money being involved earlier as well. What is the end result? Okay. We have the 6 of Swords, moving out of turbulent waters into a serene and a peaceful existence is what I'm hearing, as well as the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Wands, Knight of Cups, and 8 of Wands. This feels like a relationship. There's work involved in this relationship. When I say work, I mean like there's something about them being in a relationship that helps them with their work. The Moon, it's something that's not known to the public or is obscured, but it's helping their career paths. I'm feeling this card. Yeah, 3 of Cups, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely getting ahead in some way, and it's with their money. So was this relationship founded truly on their emotions, their interest in each other? Was this relationship founded truly on just their emotions and how they feel about each other? We have the 9 of Cups and the Sun. It was. Is this oh, whoa, that's weird. Is this PR, Spirit? Is this considered a PR relationship in some way, shape, or form? We have a 9 of Swords in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the 4 of Wands in reverse. I would say no. I think that they truly liked each other. Was this PR, Spirit? Just want to get one more card to confirm. Is this PR in any way? So it's not something that started with PR, but it is beneficial to them financially as well. So they kind of see that this is actually beneficial regardless, but they initially had a lot of emotion towards each other. At first they were interested in each other as friends, and they were just hanging out with each other. They were being protected with their energy, and at some point something sparked an interest romantically. And this was an intuitive sense on Gigi's end, but it wasn't something long-term. I'm feeling like this isn't something that's meant to be long-term here either. So at the end of the day, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands is their end result. Moving on to calmer waters out of this relationship and into action towards something else. They're going to have inspired action or interest in someone soon. One of the 2 of them is going to leave. When they leave this relationship, one of them will get quickly into another one. That's what I'm getting really strongly. And it might be within their own. I'm getting the Eight of Swords. I feel like wow, the Eight of Swords is about indecision, or not indecision, but more so feeling stuck. I feel like Gigi's going to feel stuck in some way, or combative in some way when they break up. Let's keep going. All right. Let's just get all of this stuff up. This is already going on for a little bit longer, so let's just see what last messages we're getting. So they're looking for something serious here, but I feel as though intuitively Gigi is going to come to a place where she recognizes that this wasn't meant to go much further. I feel like he's looking for a family, and he likes that about Gigi. He likes the idea of being like a father figure of some kind for some reason. Usually people don't go into it like that, but yeah, he's feeling like he can fill a role or fulfill a role or do it better. And I feel like that's not the right reason to get into a relationship with a mother. That's what I'm getting from him. Yeah, I feel like he has something with mothers, with women that are more responsible or have children. He gets really interested in that kind of thing, with the Knight of Pentacles coming through twice. He feels like he can help balance their family dynamic in some way, but I don't think Gigi's looking for that. So let's go into one more card, a couple more cards here. Intuitively, I'm not feeling a shamanic healing card for them. I'm just not. And I don't want to force that to happen. So let's go into what their messages are to end. So we have here family matters. So something about the family is involved in this relationship and this dynamic. We have a meeting with a stranger could be important. This meeting with each other actually helped them get into something, onto the trajectory of something they want to do, and that's going to inspire them. It could have even been a mutual connection. That's how they met, and that person is going to help them move into some stage in their career path. We have peace and harmony. They have harmony between each other. But I feel almost like there's going to be something that comes up that's going to make Gigi feel tied. And I feel like people are going to maybe address like, oh, are you dating? Why are you dating this much? Or dating other people and stuff as a mom. And I feel like that whole subject is going to make her feel stuck. I don't know why. Someone's making her feel that way. But she has spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding here. Both of them. Mostly her. Is there anything else, Spirit? Wish will not be granted. Yeah, this relationship is not going to last much longer. There was love, deep affection, and caring between the two of them. I'm hearing heart attack. Interesting. Is there anything else, Spirit? We have dark man, so I don't know what he looks like, but I'm getting dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. That could be either Cole or that could be Zane. Someone working against you behind your back. So this dark man might be working against them, and time to get out of this situation, and news is on the way. So they're going to be getting out of this situation. We have at the bottom of the deck, recognition and reward for merit. There is something that they've gained from this relationship though. They've gained a friendship, they've gained like a partnership, a fun dynamic, but I don't see it going long term. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, how long do they have together? How long are you projecting they'll be together? We have the 4. So we have 4, 3, and we have 9. Okay. Let's see what the bottom of the deck is. Page of Wands. Wow. So this could be 4 plus 3 is going to be 7 plus 9 is going to be 16. Yeah. So 16, either it's going to be the number 16 is significant, or it's going to be like 16 weeks. 16 weeks. What's interesting is 16 weeks is about 3 months, and I got a reading in the Hadid reading. It was actually November. It was going to be significant. So between November and the end of November, beginning to the end of November, there might be some shift in the relationship dynamic. Let's see what else comes through. Is this correct, Spirit? Let's just get a confirmation. Wow, 3 of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it might be 3 it's three months or so, and it's going to be heartbreaking for someone in the relationship, and it feels like the King of Pentacles is going to be disappointed. That's going to be the male, so that's going to be Cole. I feel like she's going to break up with him. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this helps you understand the situation a bit better. Please let me know what you think and how it resonates for you in the comments below, or just anything that you'd like to tell me on this reading, as well as being kind always, because I want to make sure we're having productive conversations on the issues or the suggestions or information here. But let me know what you think. Feel free to also subscribe for more information, for more readings like this, and also feel free to go to my Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal or Venmo, as well as I think I said Cash App as well, for donations if you'd like to contribute to this reading and to this channel. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.